This portion of Lee Pitts Live is brought to you by Hodges University, educating the leaders of our community for over 20 years.
Welcome to Lee Pitts Live. You know, we try to, here on Lee Pitts Live, we try to, whenever we have the opportunity, to have an international flavor to our show. So you never know when you're going to actually meet people from around the world on our show. And we have a distinguished guest here today who's from Kenya. And we're looking forward to talking to him by way of Peter Denui of the African Network of Southwest Florida. That's Dr. Denui. He's going to give us the pleasure to meet with this governor. First of all, let's get your name and exactly where are you from in Kenya?
Yes, my name is James Derito Gachagua. I'm the governor of Nyeri County, Kenya, and I am here now for the last 1 week in the United States.
Okay, before we get into the details of why he is here today, let's get a chance to learn more about your part of the country on the continent of Africa. Tell us, just for our television audience, tell us what's it like in your area.
I come from Kenya. Kenya is an agricultural country. 80% of our population live of agriculture. And where I come from, Nyeri County, this is a coffee growing county. Again, 90% of the population there depend on coffee.
Now, in Nyeri County, you say?
Nyeri County.
How many people live in that county?
In Nyeri, we are about 800,000 plus.
That's a lot of people by American standards. Now, tell us the uniqueness, say, of your industry, your coffee industry. What makes your coffee, say, special or different from where you would get it from other places?
I think Nyeri has the best coffee in the world. This is, I think, can be attributed to the good climate. The altitude, we are close to 17,000 feet above sea level. And I think the good husbandry by the farmers in terms of quality control, I do think we do have the best coffee in the world.
Now, I think you say you've been in the United States. I don't know if you've been here for a week already or you're going to be here for about a week. What is your primary purpose and where are some other places you're going to go other than here in Fort Myers, Florida, and places that you've been so far in the United States?
We have just come from Seattle from a 4-day conference of the Specialty Coffee Association of America, where we had an opportunity to meet coffee roasters, coffee importers, and we have impressed upon them the need to ensure that there is sustainability in the farming of coffee in Kenya, and this can only be achieved by ensuring that they give an equitable share on the value chain to the Kenyan farmer, so that the farmer can continue to grow the good coffee that we are supplying the world.
What would you say is the biggest challenge here in the United States in getting the vendors or the coffee distributors to understand more about doing business with your country?
I think the biggest challenge is that Americans do pay very, very good prices for our coffee, but I think on the value chain, some of this money has not been getting to the farmers. And therefore, we are here really to promote direct sales where, you know, importers and roasters are welcome to Kenya to come and engage with the farmers directly and purchase. And the law allows this. Licensing is allowed. And we do hope that if this happens, this will be a breakthrough for the Kenyan farmers.
Okay. When you are able to develop business directly with the with your county, direct conversation with the distributors, what does that do in terms of economic development for your area?
I think if this market were to open, I think the livelihood of our farmers would change, because currently the average coffee farmer is over 60 years old. And if we are to pass on this trade to the younger generation, we must make the industry sustainable. We must ensure that there is a fair return on investment. And I do think that the best thing that can happen to the Kenyan farmers today is that partnership with the American consumers of our coffee to ensure that the price they pay, an equitable share of it gets to the farmer, because that will make the farming sustainable and it will improve their livelihood at the farm level.
Speak to us about right here in Fort Myers. You got a chance to meet with the mayor of Fort Myers, a good friend of the television show as well, Randy Henderson. And talk about that meeting and how do you think it went?
Yes, we are very, very excited. We just have had a meeting with the mayor, and we have agreed that moving forward, we need to engage more. We need to indeed look at the possibilities of, bringing in our coffee here in Fort Myers, because we do understand that this coffee is already being consumed here, but it has no identity. We wanted to come here so that as you consume our coffee, you know you are consuming coffee from Kenya, from Nyeri County, and I think this is the beginning of this relationship.
Congratulations to Lee Pitts Live, recipient of the NAACP Image Award.
Welcome back to Lee Pitts Live. We're going to continue to press ahead here as we continue to bring you the international flavor here in America, South Florida, and all our friends over in Kenya. We want to know that we hear you, we see you, and we love you. And we're going to continue here with another distinguished gentleman. Okay, let's get your name and what country are you from?
First, Lee, I want to thank you so very much for giving us this opportunity to speak to the people here in America and also back home in Kenya. My name is Stan Miano. I am the Executive Cabinet Secretary for Trade, Industrialization, and Tourism Development in Nyeri County.
Okay. Now, the industrial and trade in Nyeri County, how have you seen it grow over the years? What are the typical things that you work on a typical day in terms of developing business opportunities and economic development there?
One, we had a new government, devolved government system. Before we had a federal system whereby all the administration of the entire country was centralized. But now, as of year 2010, it was devolved, and now you have 47 county governments and the national government. So you have 48 governments in Kenya. And speaking of Nyeri County, this is the first time that you have this team. You have a governor and you have cabinet executives for various sectors. So this is the first year, but the plans that we have put in place is to accelerate sustainable development. And this sustainable development, we are doing it in a manner that it's organic, so that it can help each and every person in the county, whereby it will be able to alleviate poverty out of our county. And so some of the plans that we have, especially in the area of industrialization, is having cottage industries. The cottage industries will be in place to facilitate value addition. Our county GDP is 80% based on agriculture. So currently, most of the products from Nyeri County or the entire country is exported as raw products. But if we add value by processing it, our products through the cottage industries, then there would be a value addition whereby the residents of Nyeri County are earning more money than just selling raw products.
Let's for our television audience, let's explain the cottage industry. What is that?
The cottage industry, there are small industries that we are setting up that are based on an initiative that we have, one village, one product. What I mean by that is each area is growing or producing one product. For example, there is an area that will focus on dairy farming. There is an area that will focus on chicken farming. There is an area that will focus on just coffee farming. And so we will have these small industries, micro industries, if you will, that will cater for processing products that are coming from these areas. So each area will have a smaller industry that will process whatever product is coming from that area and are meeting the international standards, the ISO standards.
What other continents are you engaging in doing direct business with? We see you're here in America now. Are you engaging in business throughout Asia and Europe as well, Australia?
We're engaging all countries. Actually, coffee has been exported to, Kenyan coffee has been exported to just about any country. European countries are our major buyers. U.S. takes a good share of Kenyan coffee. But as the governor mentioned earlier, the problem is that the Kenyan coffee is sold as any coffee in the market. And when it reaches the American market, it doesn't have a name. It's usually used to blend other coffees to give them a flavor because it's of very, very high quality. And also Kenyan coffee, and especially Nyeri coffee, also because of its high quality, has very high price in the market. So we have a very valuable product, and we feel that we are positioned to help our local people to develop themselves and be able to move to the next levels in their lives in economic development.
Congratulations to Lee Pitts Live, recipient of the NAACP Image Award.
Welcome back, Southwest Florida, to Lee Pitts Live here, and we're Johnny on the spot. If you're wondering where we're located, we have our cameraman just pan over there while we talk and pan back as he's panning. We're located in the Indigo Hotel. Go ahead and get that shot right over there. Just slowly over there. Give Indigo's Hotel downtown Fort Myers a little publicity and work your way back over to us. As he works his way back over to us, we're sitting here with the distinguished Educator of the Year for Lee Pitts Live in 2013. He's no stranger to the show. He's the guy that's keeping Southwest Florida in tune with what's going on in Africa. He's the president, the illustrious president of the African Network of Southwest Florida, and all the other accolades and awards pertaining thereto. He's a highly decorated international award winner for the what's that award that Desmond Tutu got in Mother Teresa?
Oh, you're talking about the Torchbearer Award?
He's a Torchbearer Award recipient. Tell us, and so without further ado, Dr. Peter Denui, who has brought Africa here to America.
Oh, thank you so much, Lee. You honor me, man. I feel good. Yes, I'm really honored to have all these delegates, all these important people from Kenya. Kenya, specifically Nyeri, which is my hometown. And since I made Fort Myers my home for the last 12, 13 years, oh my God, years go by. And I had all my other years in Nyeri. It's like putting together my two families, my two villages, to be like one village. It's a big honor, and I'm honored to have them all here.
Tell me this, is this something that, like today, as I see you walking around with your Kenyan brethren, is this something that you had envisioned and would look forward to happening one day, and now you actually experience it? And if so, what does it feel like you personally have made that connection?
Right, this is one of my visions of as the president of the African Network of Southwest Florida. I felt that we were doing some work here, but without the connection of the people back home, we are doing nothing. So I felt we need to be bringing these people here. They meet the Americans here. They work with all kinds of people, and just get that exposure. And at the same time, in my vision, there is also the people from America going to Kenya. And once people have met, you know, it's a different thing. Talking over the phone is different than, you know, when you meet. When you meet, it's very different. And we are very proud that these people were able to make it here, particularly from all the way from the top, from the governor himself, from the minister, from great legislators. You know, I hope you've talked to them, very nice people. And they have gone to many places, and they are going to give a report back, and we will get more, and we will send some people there. In fact, I want you to go to Nyeri yourself.
Okay. Now, if you guys are going to pay for me to go to Nyeri, I'm going to go to Nyeri. Take me as a part of the delegation. I'll take my cameras. We'll spend some week in Nyeri. We'll come back here and we'll tell the great story. How about that, my friend from Africa? All right. Now, tell the TV audience that Lee Pitts Live is the recipient of...
No, we are extremely proud to announce that Lee Pitts Live is the recipient of the Diaspora Award, the African Network Diaspora Assimilation Award. There is nobody else, there is no other organization that has put us in the map like Lee Pitts Live. People get to know now that we exist. We have had people asking us because they saw us in the show. Lipitz has interviewed very many people from Africa Network. Lipitz himself has been coming to my classes, and the students love him to help me in teaching and diversity issues. Lipitz has been the MC in organizations. Lipitz has been one of us. Man, there's no better person to get the award than, no, it's not Lipitz, it's Lipitz Life, I mean. You know, they're different.
Now, of course, I'm honored to have received the award. I don't have it here physically with me, but I have shown it on the television show. And I have a great kinship to Africa. I love Africa, and I've told people from time to time that my roommates in college were from Nigeria. And so this is just a great honor for me to have this platform, a television show, where I can continue to talk the international flavor. And speaking of international, we have a person who's working closely now with the Kenyan delegation by way of Peter Denui, Dr. Denui, Debonair Concierge Travel Services, LLC, headed up by Deborah Lee, and I think her last name is Nash. Right, you saw her on our show a while back, and you can go to YouTube and see her interview on YouTube. But she's a great travel agent, and she's already made connections, and I'm sure that's going to come to a great success as well. So you make sure you contact her for all your travel needs.